Here we go. Watch me flex my flow. You'll be the next to know. Spit it hot flambeau. Swing them bars like whoa. Grab the remote control. Must have called a million times. I'm on the other side. Hello. Better watch that stream. Caught up in the track to beat. Scrub that beat with bleach. So when I hit it, bro, I spit it clean. Burn it now. Have to turn the furnace down. Y'all don't want this beef. I hit them with a holy cow. Hit them with the verse. Got them thinking, wow. This ain't a game, kid. Why you play around? This that ill spit. Them bars are so sick. I'll shock the whole world in a phylactic. Every single time I spit another rhyme, the planet's all alive, so bright I blind them with my shine. Bro, I'm designed to make your confidence decline. Every line about to blow like stepping on a landmine. Here we go. Here we go.
What is going on? We are back at it live from the Ross Racing Studios. We finally have a few things figured out. Hopefully, we can rock out a good show for you guys tonight. Gavin, what's going on? We got Jeff signing in. Kevin, what's going on? Brian, how's it going? So we're going to jump right in and see what the heck is up with the on-road racing community. Big news going down tonight, but unfortunately, Mark is not going to be able to make it. Figures I'm in the studio. We have a shot at trying to make it right from the last show we did, but I'm still going to announce the big thing for him, kind of on his behalf. But the RC On-Road Nats is coming up at the end of the month. 2 races that are going to be happening prior to that for on-road is obviously my home track, the March Meltdown. And I believe there's one at Phoenix RC Raceway, the road to the Nats. Rob, what's going on? Dennis Mayville in the house. And we got Noah. Hey, what's going on, Noah? Yeah, so lots of racing action this weekend. Unfortunately, most of it was stateside. I know I was trying to keep an eye on Hobby Action RC Raceway with the Desert Classic. Basically, it was the first time that I've seen a new guy take the win over Mayfield and Dakota Fenn. It was almost like those two weren't even at the event. So I'll kind of cover that a little bit tonight, but since we are on the on-road vibe right now, I wanted to show this off. My friends 3D printed this for me. And what is this, you might ask? This is the sauce holder. So basically what it does is it takes your sauce for doing your on-road tires and it holds it in a nice stable way so it won't tip over and fall and possibly get all of your stuff messed up and wrecked. So super cool. Thanks to Scotty and Ricky for helping me out with that. If you want to get your own, definitely hit them up. They did a fantastic job building that. And another cool thing they did for us for the on-road racing scene was 2 handy dandy car stands. One is purple for Michaela. The other one, I believe, was blue for Nathan. And they are super cool as well. Just tall enough to keep it off the surface that you're working on. And you know what? Keep your tires off of the mats and things like that. I want to know what you guys think of the Canadian on-road Nats and if you're going to be going. If you are watching right now and you're going, just say that you are. I'm going to be bringing it up. But if you are going, are you actually signed up already? Because I know there is quite a few entries, and one of the cool things about the Canadian on-road Nats is how they actually present the people that are signing up. Nice. Yeah, and you know what? I think a lot of people are going to be using the RC Raceway in order to prepare for that. Now, I want to show off something kind of cool. I was hoping to do it on my last live show, but unfortunately, I lost all power and had to do it by candlelight. So I'm going to see if this works. You guys let me know what you think. But there is my on-road car ready and waiting to be worked on. Basically going to be going through that and making sure that it is ready to rock and roll. But what I wanted to show off was that new amazing Cow RC maintenance pit mat and area. Man, I cannot show that off enough. Hopefully everything worked with me showing that off. But now I have a mobile camera angle. And the cool thing is I want to be able to have guests live when we're on site and be able to go, face to face, basically virtually, and have them on board with me. Oh, sweet. So we got a couple. Fred Whitaker's going too. Yeah, I knew Fast Freddy Whitaker was definitely going. Dennis the Madman Mayville, another one that's going to be heading up. He's actually coming out with me and Kyle, so that's going to be a great time. I'm looking forward to it. I got to party with those guys last night. They took my money at poker back in the back half of the Ross Racing studio. But thank you guys for coming out, making sure that we had a good time for sure. I was really excited to have Mark back on so we can kind of show off everything that was going on and actually give him a really good show. We have a brand new intro for him, and it's just unfortunate that he is not going to be able to see that. I will basically try and get him on again next week. We definitely want to have him on before the actual Canadian Nats. So what is the big news for the Canadian Nats? Let me just pull that up now. So some of you guys may or may not have heard this, but basically the major news for the Canadian on-road Nats is they have outside sponsorship. Now, what do I mean by outside sponsorship? Well, let me do this first. I think I have. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Jeff, for the crazy intro. Now we're getting into the news. So we have some major news tonight for the first time in the history of their event. Mark's biggest wish has come true. They have their first ever non-RC related sponsorship to announce. They are extremely excited and humbled to welcome aboard this year's grand event sponsor, GSR. So Glenn Strives Racing or Steve's Racing. I'm sorry if I'm killing that name. In conjunction with Oswego Speedway. Glenn is a Canadian dirt stock car Hall of Famer, the owner of Oswego Speedway, and the proud owner of multiple race teams. We can't say thank you enough to Glenn and his generosity for taking a chance on his first event and coming along for the ride. For all of the latest news on GSR, please check out the links on the Facebook page. But big, huge news. Anybody that has ever put on an event trying to get outside sponsorship is literally no joke. It is one of the most hardest things to do. And you know what? My hat goes off to them for being able to pull that off. Now, you guys know that we had a huge kind of question Q&A thing, and a lot of you guys may or may not have seen it, but I am involved with Tyler Shane doing a new show, and it is all Cow RC related. I will be sharing it exclusively on the Cow RC Facebook page and their YouTube channels. So if you haven't had the chance to check that out, we had a lot of fun. Thank God Tyler had some power at his place because he basically ran the show. Greg Lister, welcome to the show, big guy. I know that, no, actually, you know what? I don't think Greg is going to the Canadian Nats this year, which is a shame because he is definitely one of those guys you can always depend on for part support and good times at any of the events on and off road for sure. So I know our crew's all set up and ready to rock and roll and head to the Canadian Nats. We should be there sometime Wednesday night, and that way we will be prepared and ready for Thursday morning. I wanted to talk to Mark a little bit about the setup and what to expect and things of that nature. But unfortunately, we will have to reschedule. Life gets in the way. And obviously, you know what? Family first. And he's going to have enough on his plates trying to prepare for the Canadian On Road Nats. So let me jump into the one race that I know about. I'll bring it up on board right now. We have it's going to be an expensive time for sure. And I'm sure Pete Jr. appreciates that too, because Greg has been going up to Pete's track for quite some time now and doing the on-road thing. Pete's track is awesome. I was able to go up there with Greg and Nate. They took me under their wings, definitely helped me out big time and got me there, set me up with a room. And it was an awesome time. Very humbling as well, because those guys up there are no joke. Speaking of no joke, the guys from Phoenix RC Raceway, we had Martin stop by our track, and he definitely showed everybody how to get around our tight track on-road racing style at Windsor RC Raceway. You know what? He has an event the same day as the March Meltdown, so I'm sure we're not going to see him there, but I wish him the best of luck at his event. So going to the Hobby Action RC Raceway, we're just going to go right to the mains for this one, and it was a pretty cool event. I'm just going to show you the two, which is the two-wheel drive mod buggy AAA main. And in first place, you got none other than Spencer Ripken. Spence getting second, first, and first. Brock with a bad first run, seventh, third, and second. And then this guy right here, Dominic Pachone. I'm not even sure I have heard of him, but Orlowski was there. Cole Tollard rounding out the top five, and Dakota Fenn all the way down in sixth. Dustin Evans, and then Aiden Horn, ninth, Ryan Mayfield, Schimmel in the 10th, and Aaron Kaufman in the 11th spot. That is everybody in the AMA. Colton, what is going on? I know Colton will be at the Canadian On-Road Nats. I seen his picture, and it definitely looks like he is going to be ready to rock. I think he might have been at an event this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. Colton would have to chime in and let me know, but I think he was doing some on-road racing as a matter of fact. And if he can share the link, I wouldn't mind talking about it as well. So we're going to take you now to the four-wheel drive buggy AAA mains. And again, Spencer Ripken taking the win. He basically had it almost locked up in A2, but man, he definitely had some work to do to get ahead of Brock, because it was them two battling it for first and second. Brock getting the two. Aiden Horn, what a great showing for him. And Tater Sontag, man, this kid is getting faster and faster. Lee Setzer, Cole Tollard, Dustin Evans, Brendan Schimmel. It's nice to see Brendan Schimmel finally stepping it up to the big boy class. I know he was dominant in the stock classes for a lot of years. Michael Orlowski, Dakota Fenn in the 10th, and Rob Galitsky in the 11th. But no Mayfield and no Ty Tessman even in the A main. Holy cow. What a crazy event when you know those guys are not even in the mix. When was the last time that you can think of that Dakota Fenn and Ryan Mayfield were in an event and they weren't even considered for the win? Kind of strange if you ask me. And I'm sure there's going to be quite the post coming up to see maybe they're trying something new. Maybe they're getting something experiments out of the way, because it is a 10 scale world's year. So you never know. Yeah, he was. Yeah. You know what? Spencer Rifkin was on a whole other level. He was clicking on all cylinders this weekend. It was definitely super cool to see. So let's see. I was at Kingston RC Raceway for the Road to the Nats race. Was a great event. A little less of a turnout due to the weather, but still a great event. Now to get wrenching for the Nats. So you know what? Kingston RC Raceway. Let me see if I can find that real quick because Kingston RC Raceway. I am going to try and switch tracks here. See if I can find it. Kingston. No, it's coming up Backlot Raceway. Oh, no live RC. That explains why I cannot find it. But you know what? What I want to do is I want to just try and make sure that we are giving all of the Canadian races as much exposure as we possibly can. Obviously, this Hobby Action Raceway was a pretty big American event. I don't mind talking about the American events, but I do feel that they get enough coverage. I want to make sure that we are covering all things Canadian as much as possible and basically kind of giving you guys a little rundown of what's going on around here, especially if some of your friends are at those events. And I love gauging like where my friends finish to kind of see where I'm at. So Colton had a great A main final in Pancar. Sweet. No, man, that's who you meant was fast then. Hey, James. Yeah, Colton is definitely coming into his own. I wish nothing but Colton good things. Like he is not only friendly in and around the pits. I love that he is racing with his mom. He always makes it exciting, and his pits are always looking dialed as well. Oh my God, Tyler. Yes, I finally have power back at the Ross Racing studio. So we have a little bit of a better setup. I was hoping that you guys would be able to see it a little bit better. But Tyler, this is like literally where I had the candle going. My lights obviously died within the first, I'm going to say 10 minutes of our show. And the rest was definitely funny as heck. You know what? Let me see if I can copy that. Unfortunately, it will not let me copy that into my Facebook. But if you can private message me that, or Colton, James or Colton, if you can private message me that, I would love to show off the photos. I'm thinking it's got to be of the A main results or possibly the track. But if you can send me that message via private messenger on Facebook, that would be fantastic. Then I could actually copy and paste it into the browser and share it with everybody else. I don't have too much else planned because, like I said, unfortunately, we were going to have Mark Showtime Frechette on here, and he had some family plans. So I wanted to make sure that we talked about the big announcement, which was getting the outside sponsorship. I wanted to make sure that everybody was also informed on what to expect on the Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Obviously, we know Sundays are going to be the mains, but I wanted to get more of an insider questions Q&A going because I don't know what to expect. This is going to be my first time attending the event for racing purposes. Obviously, last year I went there to heckle everybody, and it was a lot of fun. So let me see here. I think that cool. Oh, sweet. Colton, you guys rock. Okay, so you know what? I'm just going to bring this over here. I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to go full screen here. Now, let's see if I can get it to zoom in a bit. All right. So, sweet. Okay. I am going to bring this on board, and this is all thanks to Colton. Colton sent it to me so we can actually cover one of the tracks that I personally have not been to yet. So this is Kingston RC Racing, VTA A main. You got Rick taking the win over Nate and Brad, rounding out the top three. USGT A main. You got Ryan, Mike, and Sterling. Formula One A main. Let's see if I can bring this down a bit. Formula One A main. You got Sean, Nate, and Daryl rounding out the top three. USGT Motive. So I'm guessing that is going to be their spec racing with the Motive Motors, if I'm not mistaken. So you got Ryan taking the win, Dave in the 2, and Ramey in the 3rd spot. Then you got TTGT Spec B main. That would be Sterling getting the win, Jesse in the 3, Jess in the 2, and Chris in the 3. Now, he's got race 6 here as well. Race 6 is going to be TC 21.5B main. You got Colton getting the bump, it looks like. Greg in the 2, and Mark in the 3. 12 scale pan car. You got James taking the win, Colton in the 2, and Mark in the 3. And then TTGT Spec A main, race number 8. You have Ramey taking the win, Daryl in the 2, and James in the 3. And in the A main 21.5, got Barrett. Holy crap. Barrett is definitely fast. Looking forward to seeing him. Phil Mathers, he's definitely another fast one. Can't wait to have him on the show. And Matt DeSilvia, another fast kid. Holy cow. And then Ryan in the 4. So definitely a fast group of guys there getting ready for the Canadian on-road Nats. Thank you, Colton, for sending it my way. Definitely cool to share a track that I have not been to yet and am looking forward to trying. I'm hoping that I can somehow pull off getting to Phoenix RC Raceway before the end of the season and possibly getting to a barnyard off-road race. Now, with the barnyard, the off-road race, I believe they have 2 of them left, and I'm going to try my darndest to get to one of them because I finally have my hands on a wheeler kit and a 2-wheel drive. Both of them are borrowed from my good friend, Brandon Marshall, so thank you for that. And another thing, congratulations to him because he tied the knot on the weekend, so I just can't say enough good things about him and what he's doing for the hobby. So thank you, Brandon, for doing what you do. And you know what? I'm looking forward to seeing what kind of paint scheme he can come up with for Nathan and his bruggy body. Also, Michaela's getting into short course, so he has her short course body and buggy body. So Michaela will be coming out swinging with all new schemes. One is next weekend, and the last race is the same weekend as the Nats. So next weekend, oh boy, I might just have to go to that. I'm going to see what I can do, Matt. Thank you for the heads up. Man, I might have to give up one day of practicing on road to go have some fun off-road racing style for sure. So I don't have a whole heck of a lot left to talk about, but I'm going to make sure we get to the half-hour mark. If there's anything you want me to show off, just let me know. Also, we are going to be working on the Ross Racing Studio just to get it a little bit more dialed each time. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it, and hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear. It is a little bit different with the camera angles that I'm trying today. I was supposed to try it out on the Cow RC podcast, but it didn't work out as planned. That's for sure. He's saying just do it. You know what? I think I might have to come out and try it. I know you guys are running slicked out tires, so I do have slicks. I have the 2-wheel drive and I have the wheeler. Everything seems set up. I think I might have to come out and try my luck. Yeah, you know what? I might even try it Kevin, I wish it was outdoor season. Miss you and your dad for sure. It will be nice to see you guys back in action, especially at O-Town. I know you guys will definitely be one to go. Oh, are you racing the barnyard, Andre, as well? Man, that just makes it more exciting if he's going too. I don't know, because I know Carl Balzer races there. So I know we could go there and have some fun with a lot of people that I've missed. Definitely haven't seen, geez, for months now. So yeah, so he's doing it, eh? Steve, what's up, bud? How's it going? Uh, yeah, you know what? You guys might have me convinced. I might have to let everybody know at Windsor RC Raceway that I'm going to be making my way down to the barnyard just to show my support. I'm going to see if I can find somebody to help cut the cost and get up there and have some fun with y'all. But it is definitely pretty crazy. Yeah, it's insanely tight. Over 42 wheel drive buggies. I would definitely love to throw my hat in the mix of that for sure. Are you thinking of going next weekend too, Rob? Because man, I definitely think that we should be doing that. At the Nats, what will you be doing during your downtime? What's in the area? Great question. I know Niagara Falls is in the area, but during the downtime, I think that I'm going to be working on my car, right, Steve? I'm definitely going to be working on setup. I want to make sure that I'm as prepared as I can, especially with all the time in between rounds. Having some fun. Definitely going to be hanging out, having a few pops here and there. There is a movie theater in the mall, Andre's saying. But yeah, so they're geez, yeah, no kidding. Catch a flick in between the things. So I think there's no shortage of things to do. Obviously, food is going to be abundant there. I believe they're in the food court. Booster Juice was right on the corner of the track, and it was awesome. Drinking is definitely going to be part of the fun for sure. And then four-wheel drive buggy for Rob. So Jeff, you are going with me. Dennis is going with me, and Kyle's going with me. My daughter also wants to jump on board, and I think that is about it. John is still on the fence. It's going to be weather dependent for him. That's for sure. Yeah, I figured there'd be quite the selection to do while we are down there. He said something, but it didn't come up. That's weird. Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun heading to the Canadian Nats. I know that Mark wanted to be on the show to try and hype it up. Like I said at the beginning, if you aren't registered, if you could please register. It's always better to be pre-registered and have those guys have a better number for what they can expect. But already the numbers are looking pretty huge. I can't say enough good things about what I saw last year, and I'm definitely looking forward to trying out my luck this year at the Canadian On-Road Nats. So yes, Jeff, we're definitely doing a show that weekend. I feel that we should have ample time. I know I'm probably going to be watching a lot of the A mains, so I will be able to basically spend my time getting some content, making some media stuff, and just having some fun posting and getting into all kinds of shenanigans. I know they are very accommodating up there, and Mark already told me about the internet and stuff like that, so we should be pretty good. Abby lives close to the mall. House party at his place sounds good to me. Ha. Yeah. So it was fun doubting that quick interview with you last year. Oh, dude. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I got to go around and check out people in the heat of the moment, definitely had some fun with trackside chats. So we'll be trying to do some more of that this year for sure. Who do you want to have for guests? You know what? I'm going to post it up, and if they're going to be at the Canadian On-Road Nats, maybe we can get something together and kind of go in there with a plan. But as of right now, I am just flying by the seat of my pants. You know that. Oh, man. When Jeff helped me out at O-Town, that was definitely epic. I have a Bluetooth microphone on order, one that actually works, not the fake prop one that we were using last season. So it'll definitely be a lot of fun. Trying out new things, and now my camera game has been stepping it up. Like I said, I don't think Steve was on board for this, but check this out. This is an option. I can actually work on stuff in the pits and make sure that I have everything all dialed. I love the new layout. I love the new setup. I've been working on a few things. I'm actually just going through and getting all the udder butter and tolerance in here. Basically, I'm getting this shimmed as tight as I can. And one of the things that a lot of people maybe do and may not do is make sure that they rotate it 360 degrees to try and find that sweet spot, because you want to have it a little bit tighter before it breaks in. That way, you know, you'll be ready to rock for the first race of the season. Yeah, definitely a good interview. His pits are always looking dialed, and he is always a good time for sure. But I'm going to stop rambling, and hopefully we can get Mark on the show for next weekend. What I'm going to do is basically post the link up tomorrow right after I'm done work. I will have that link posted for you guys to share, and I do appreciate you guys jumping on board with me tonight. Until next time, I will see you guys later.